this week on Stay Out of My Fridge.
Cheerios had this banana kind like a decade ago. I don't know if they ever brought it back, but it was up there with peanut butter crunch. Like that was some top tier. Something about that banana milk whenever you drink it. I'm hard. I need to. Do they have that? You guys continue. I got to do some research.
Just a little banana milk.
I got some banana milk you can have there, Yuban.
Straight from the source.
Walk right into that one. God damn it.
This one, though, made me kind of remember things I thought I forgot. Remember the Royal Dansk cookies that came in the blue tin?
Oh, wait, are you talking about the sewing kit?
Yes, that's what they were used for, right?
That was my grandma's sewing kit. There was never any cookies in that thing. It was deceiving.
We did it. We're back. Just want to shout out to all the people who enjoy the daylight saving times, because the three of us think it stinks. And the three of us, that's me, it's Matt, it's Beard Laws, Yuban Whakinov, he goes by Gabe sometimes. If you want to know about that, check out the Patreon that doesn't exist. And Brandon J McDermott, the golden voice of the internet. Fellas, this time change got me good.
You know,
I don't like it.
I do prefer this one though over spring, so I will take the fall back any day. If I can wake up and it's earlier than I thought, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know. I woke up and I'm like, man, I feel like it's like 9 o'clock. Kind of forgot about it. I'm looking, and it was 7:11, and I'm like, oh, cool, slept in.
Thank you.
It's 6:11. Okay, cool. But either way, and then when we woke up, it was 21 degrees or 23 degrees, ton of frost, pretty chilly. Dog wanted to go for a walk. I said, nope, not today, buddy. It's too friggin' cold. But then I got thinking, because I had a buddy who works overnights, and I'm like, do they get paid the extra hour, right? Or do they not? Like, do they kind of get screwed because of the daylight saving time?
No, they get 9 hours on that shift. They get that extra hour.
That makes it a little worth it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because technically, I mean, I think that even falls into, it would be overtime if that's putting you over the extra hours. So you're getting time and a half for that extra hour as well.
Overtime. What about when they do the spring ahead?
No, I think you lose an hour. I think you lose an hour. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Huh. I follow Cheers Shorts on Instagram, and they had one of their shorts from the show Cheers. We have a lot of young viewers. You don't have any clue what we're doing there, but go check them out. And it was Norm and the boys. Sammy's like, closing time, fellas. It's 2 o'clock. And they're like, all right, who would have thought 17 hours would go by so quickly? Right? So they start walking out there, and one of the other guys goes, wait, oh, don't forget to change the clocks, boys. Because, back in the day, cell phones and computers weren't around, and did it for yourself. Don't forget to change the clocks. And they're like, wait, which way do they go? Come on, man, it's fall back, spring ahead. And he's like, all right, so what time is it actually? And they're like, it's 1 o'clock. And they went, it's 1 o'clock. Sammy, line them up. And he just looks, he's like, man, I love the way the universe works. And that was it.
Classic.
Just brings me back. Like, could you imagine just, all of the dads? I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of them. We're degenerates that are just, hey, done work. Let's put a 16-hour shift in at the bar, and let's go home. When the family's asleep, go to work and rinse and repeat.
I mean, everyone knows your name at work, home. Why not at the bar as well?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
And I got to tell you, I remember watching the Cheers finale and how huge of a thing it was back in 92, I think it was, somewhere in there. I was 6 years old, and it was all over the place. And literally back then, yes, there was cable, but the big four channels were still in the lead for households. I mean, even going back to the late 90s, I remember looking at ratings of some of the TV shows in the top 10. And those TV shows who weren't like the top 1 or 2 shows were still averaging 5, 6, 7, 8 million views a week, which is TV shows nowadays would give their left arm for a rating like that.
Right.
So it was just a monopoly, but that Cheers was such a good finale.
One for the Road was the final episode of Cheers. It was the 271st episode of the series, 26th episode of the 11th season.
What year? Wow. When did it air?
It was May 20th, 1993.
Oh, 93. I was wrong. So, interesting thing. I had a tidbit on my show a few weeks ago The whole first season of Cheers, every scene was filmed in the bar.
Wow.
There were no scenes, and then you watch the subsequent seasons, and you start you seeing like insides of people's apartments. They're hardly ever outside though. They're always in a building because it's a set, right? They
Mm-hmm.
have a set,
Yep.
which is just wild and funny to me. But the whole
So
first
that
season,
episode was viewed by approximately 42.4 million households in a 98-minute version. It was the second highest rated series finale of all time. What do you guys
MASH was
think?
first.
There it
MASH.
is.
Yeah, I was
MASH.
saying that ending got me too.
42 million. That was the number one show. There is no show these days that gets that amount of viewers. No
I think
show.
the World Series that just happened between the Dodgers and the Yankees, two of the biggest markets in all of sports, was 11 million-ish. I think.
You may get one for like opening ceremony of the Olympics because it's worldwide, stuff like that. But it's hard. It's very far and few between.
Yeah, especially because if it's on actual TV, it's probably way lower. So maybe 11 point something million tuned into the World Series on TV, but how many millions watched it through a website or an app or something? You know what I mean? And it's unfiltered. You don't know. You can throw out numbers and guess, but
I want the number of how many moms watched it with their face in the pillow.
ooh, 69,000.
Stupid.
It was a good one.
Now, speaking of streaming sports, did you see that Adam Schefter had he posted or reclipped a video, and it had a tagline for like a NFL streaming service, and it's like you have Schefter out there promoting this stuff. Probably got
What is he
going to
promote?
find himself?
Right here. So this is on awfulannouncing.com, which that's an awesome name. Congratulations on that one. Adam Schefter, where is it here? It says the headline that he appears with the NFL decision to put the Thursday Night Football behind a paywall. One of the most obvious issues the league faced was viewers potentially using illegal streaming sources. But nobody could have imagined that Schefter would be one of those people. But as ESPN's top NFL insider took to social media to share a viral play from the New York Jets' victory over Houston, many noticed that the clip didn't come from Amazon's feed of the game, rather the white writing in the upper left-hand corner from methstreams.com.
And that's the fact that it was meth in there as well.
Yeah, I sail the high seas when it comes to my
Arr, matey.
And there's quite a few of them out there, but Meth Streams is one of the top 3 or 4.
They've been around a long time. Long time.
I have one that I use on my phone that's just an app, and it's called something weird. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And it opens up little links. It goes, you want to watch it via YouTube, this, or this. And occasionally you're watching on YouTube, and it'll say, oh, the stream is broken. Refresh the app, go back into it, wait maybe a minute or two. Works just fine. Now, I'm usually about 2 minutes behind. Only downside.
Yeah. But, hey, it's not bad. You put it, just kind of there, put the phone down so you're not watching your fantasy scores and your alerts on maybe DraftKings and places like that. You'd be all right. I was chatting with Burley over the weekend. He was in an intense battle with his internet provider because he was told he could get, and this is some third world problems, some city people problems. This isn't problems me and Yuban have, but he was complaining because he was promised that he could get 2.5 gigs of down and up internet. And I was like, you son of a bitch. So
Jesus.
he upgraded the package, and he's not getting the speeds, turns out. And this is a quick nerd rant. So if you're not a nerd, you could press the little button that goes ahead 15, 30 seconds will probably be done. And I was like, man, your router, what do you got? And he told me, I was like, well, it's only, 1 gig. That's probably all you're going to get. So he's put an entire day complaining to this and got nowhere. I mean, just an entire day. So finally I was like, dude, just go down to 1 gig. Like, you're never going to use that kind of speed. He's like, well, I'm sick of waiting for my uploads on my videos. And I'm like, dude, how long could it take? Like, I can upload it on 35 up is all I get megabits per second. And it only takes 15, 20 minutes. He's like, how big of a file? I'm like, 5 gigs, dude. He's like, what? Rage and Pillage is like 45 gigs. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right. Holy moly.
So we had to have a conversation. I'm like, dude. So hopefully we've helped fix his upload. 45 gigs he's trying to upload and he's complaining that it's not instant.
No
Like,
shit.
you son of a bitch. Like, come on.
Never satisfied.
His poor wife. I don't know how she does it. Shout out. You're never going to listen to this, but shout out to Burley's wife. I never thought I'd say that either, but I was talking a little bit earlier about, and I'm curious your takes, and this is off the left wall, about the weather change and stuff like that. And I live in the country, so we get a lot of mice, moles, all sorts of different ones. I don't know the difference. I know one has a short tail, one has a long one. So it's mouse hunting season for the old boy, and I've gotten about 10 this week. I mean, do you guys have to fight that battle with them? Well, I mean, we got cats. The cats are too goddamn lazy to do anything. I thought that was the only purpose for my cats, besides puking and having to clean the shit, and then just stare at you all evil like, ha ha, I own you, bitch.
I mean, I live next to a whole bunch of fields, so every time that it harvests, not only do we have a mouse problem, like we'll see the field mice literally running through the driveway, and you're like, Jesus Christ, and uh, I've had it to where they've actually gotten into my vehicle
Oh
and
shit.
ate wires and shit like that, it all up, and I'm like, what the? And I rarely keep anything in there. Kids might drop a French fry or a petrified chicken nugget might survive behind the seat, deep, deep back there. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, wait, because go to the dealership and they're like, yeah, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And they're like, it looks like you have a couple, mice nests in there. And I'm like, from where? And they're like, do you live next to a field? And I go, son of a bitch, right on one. So you have mice.
You know what I heard about? I just literally, again, on the show, we had somebody call in. I got mice in a vehicle, wondering how to do it. Dryer sheets.
Mm-hmm.
If you throw dryer sheets in there, they hate the smell of dryer sheets, lavender and peppermint. So like peppermint sprays, lavender sprays. Apparently that works really well. Those were farmers with like tractors were telling me that, like combines and shit. That's what they do in the, in the winter time. They'll throw that in there, and
Yep.
some people will throw a couple dryer sheets and then just like let the whole box sit in there because it's so smelly. They hate it.
Just imagine just setting the box but not opening it. Be like, they'll see these and not like them.
Hey, they're going to see bounce and they're going to bounce the fuck out of here. They go, yeah, that was a terrible one. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody that was currently listening to that. If you, we'll give you your money back on that one. That was bad. But no, it's we've tried cotton balls with like essential oil, minty kind of like eucalyptus type of shit or whatever, and that seems to work as well. But then I have to shop back and I'm sitting there just vacuuming my truck and everything, and I look and there's just this cotton ball that's kind of like eventually been stepped on and kind of buried into my upholstery. I go, the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, cotton balls, time to re-up.
Now, do they make like a mouse repellent air freshener that you can hang on your rear view mirror, like those little trees or something? Just get like a mint flavor or a dryer sheet scent or something that maybe would help. If not, we got an idea.
I'm a big fan of little trees.
Heyo. So, invented shout out Watertown, New York. But for me, mouse season, it was only I dreaded it. Not that like obviously you don't want mice in your house, but then you start seeing those little turds and you're like, all right, where are these goddamn things? But I was so goddamn cheap, so I'd always buy those like couple of was that for the that's for the house, the
Oh
tomcat
yeah, sorry.
repellent rodent. Yeah. Oh, so they put those. Okay, they put those and it disperses through there. But I was always so cheap that I would get the very cheap mouse packs, the ones with the spring, and I'm like, oh, and it was always like I felt like I was shaking. I was so scared because every time I'd set it down, snap. I'm like, son of a bitch, and then I put it down and I'm so goddamn stupid. Somehow I'd end up getting the finger. So I ended up doing some research, and obviously I have some family that does pest control, and they're just like, just throw the bait down, just throw some bait down. But I'm like, what happens if they get up there and then the cat eats it? And then he goes, well, then you don't have a cat problem anymore. Kidding, of course. But so I'm like, I can't do that because one of the cats or one of the dogs or something will eat it. So I found these ones on Amazon, and it has this like little bait thing. So it comes out, you put a little peanut butter, and you put it in there, and it just clips back. You don't get your finger, and they work awesome. I mean, these things right here, and they're super cheap.
Oh, yep.
These things are friggin' awesome. This little bait thing comes out underneath. You just pull them back, and they are killing it for me. This is a game changer.
Question for you: are you reusing, or are you
Hell
just
yeah.
throw? See,
No.
that's okay. That's the conversation in my household too. That I try to be like, hey, I open up a little gator grip, throw the little mouse away and everything. And they're like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? And I'm like, gonna put the trap back. I'm like, I'm gonna clean it with like a Clorox wipe or something. And I was like, well, it's good, you know. And they're like, throw the whole thing away. I'm like, what the fuck point of that?
Yeah.
This thing's reusable for a fucking reason. I'm like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
I
to be the one to set them as well.
I don't even clean them. These ones are so much easier too because like it's snapped back, so you just hold the end, and then when you go to dispose of it, you just pinch it up, give it a little chop, and they're gone. And then you just go back, redo the bait, boop.
See, half time I don't clean them either. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, if you're gonna own up to it, I don't either.
It's not like towels and pillow sheets and stuff like that we've argued about how long you're supposed to change them out. It's a mouse trap. I mean, and then then you get the people that are like, oh, you don't use the ones and just release them. If I release them, they're going to come back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not
in this bitch. It's cozy.
It's not like bees and some things that are going extinct. They're mice. I mean, New York City is full of them, and they're rats. They're cousins, and no, we don't need to save them. No.
Yeah, that Stuart Little problem turns into a big problem. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
That's another fun. You know what?
You are very punny this morning.
It's this new strain. What is it called? Blueberry muffins. With the go along with my muffin top.
That's a good little breakfast thing. The wife's been making these egg cheese things on like a half a tortilla shell. I don't even know. It's just magical. It's all the sauce and oh my god, this is so goddamn good. So of course, because we got up so goddamn early because of the time change, we had time to actually make some breakfast. Yeah.
I woke up for the first time in a long time craving cereal.
Ooh,
I drove to the store and bought some off-brand cereal because I'm such a cheap ass when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, not a big. What was it like? Was it a Frosted Flakes? Was it like a Captain Crunch?
So I actually went upstairs originally and I poured the rest of the cereal we had, and it wasn't quite enough for a bowl, so it was the Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows that we still had from a few weeks back. I had poured that, and I was like, this isn't enough, so I'm going to go get some more. And I got, I don't have the bowl with me, off-brand Honey Bunches of Oats almond.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I had with Fruity Pebbles at the bottom.
Solid. I've been, like I told you guys, trying to eat a little bit better. So that app that I was telling you guys about, it's to the point now where the kids think it's funny. So they go through the store and they start scanning things because they're like, we're going to eat healthier with you. And the one kid was absolutely devastated because they found out how bad Doritos really are for you. Out of 100, the tortilla chips Cool Ranch were ranked 7 out of 100. Yeah,
it's a popular item around this household as well. That's a weekly re-up. I can't stand how much chips we go through, but the barbecue Doritos, fire! So good.
Yeah, and then so the youngest was going around the store scanning this, okay, and found out like one or two of the things that they actually like to eat, pretty healthy. And all of a sudden it was like, it was like an oatmeal cream pie. It was some kind of like Little Debbie snack. Scan it and it was 0, and she just kind of looks and goes, "Sometimes you just have to treat yourself." And it's only 6. And I'm like, as a kid, there's always going to be those things. Like, it's okay. But I like how they make the recommendation. So the recommendation for a tortilla chips Cool Ranch to switch with, that's 94 out of 100. This sounds so bad. Organic sea salt tortilla chips. 94 out of 100. By late July. It's got corn on it.
Is there certain items that you just refuse to like get name brand that you prefer the off brand?
For cereal, for a lot of them, I prefer some of the off brand ones. Now I'm stuck on this Kashi cereals.
Kashi,
Kashi, Kashi. Just got the cinnamon one. Telling you what, it's like a shredded mini wheat, but with cinnamon in it. It's pretty good. Not to like crap on any brands out there, but the one with the spoon that they claim are magical doesn't leave the film on there. I did try that. I don't know if you guys tried that.
Cheerios had this banana kind, like shit, like a decade ago. I don't know if they ever brought it back, but holy shit, it was up there with peanut butter crunch. Like that was some top tier. Something about that banana milk whenever you drink it. I I'm hard. I need to. Do they have that? You guys continue. I got to do some research.
Just a little
I got
banana
some
milk.
I got some banana milk you can have there, Yuban.
Hey,
Walk
straight from
r-
the source.
Walk
Speaking
right
of
into that one. God damn it.
speaking of which, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine. This is like 20 years ago. We were in high school, and I remember saying, "Man, it was about this time of year. I was like, I love eggnog. It's so good. Like it's like nectar of the gods." He goes, you know what eggnog is, don't you? I go, no, it's egg and like milk and some, like cream. And he goes, no, dude, it's elf jizz. And ever since then, I still buy it, but I think about it when I drink it.
That's a tough one to forget. He wasn't serious. He really thought it.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But he straight as hell, like straight laced, like it's elf jizz.
I have some buddies that I feel like probably could have believed that might have been true in their day. So I didn't. I mean, there's still people in this world that believe that chocolate milk still is made from brown cows.
It's not. I'm joking.
Wait,
You
what?
Are you?
said elf, and immediately, those elf cookies, the ones with the
Yellow
chocolate
fudge?
in the. Oh my fucking god!
Mm.
Oh, I would destroy an entire family pack of those in one sitting right now. I would
There's-
those up.
That's
You know,
that's a
70
top tier cookie.
It's what was that?
I was going to completely take us off. Let's talk food. What were you saying about cookies?
No, you're good. No, I was just I was wondering what the rank on those probably were on his app. Probably two.
See, the thing is, I don't pay for it being cheap, kind of like we all are. I'm not paying for the premium to be the user, so you physically have to scan a barcode. You can't search it. So I'm like,
That makes
we
sense.
should try to guess some of the top tier. How would we do that? Top tier name brand cookies? Because
I mean, Oreo's got to be up there.
it's got to be. Let me see if I can find
Chips
it.
Ahoy.
Let's just go with the AI overview went with this. I mean, I don't.
So there's a website called ratemycookies.com apparently.
Is there? Oh, let's go with that one. That seems
I think my
official, like a
mom went on
referee
there
with a
one
whistle.
time back in the
And there's
90s.
it looks like there's 20 or 30 different ratings for, well, I don't know how good this is, but
Do you have to be 18 to go on this website?
no.
Okay.
Dude, I already
But-
don't know what the first three are.
But if you search it, you can search find your cookie.
Gotcha.
I think that was just alphabetical order.
Well, this is okay. This is based on the amount. Not a lot of love on there. I think like the most ratings I've seen are 12.
Yeah, there's not a lot. But I was going to say, do you remember, kids? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh God!
Did he says what?
You know, Rate My was like the thing back about 20 years ago. Like Rate My Professor, but also like Rate My Face or whatever.
Mhm.
RateMe.com is what it was. RATE for the record.
Yes,
And you could just put your own
Pronunciation is key.
huge.
You could put your own selfie on there, and people would rate it. And like,
do.
you could scroll. I remember being like 17 years old, just not even rating anybody, just scrolling through and see.
Mm-hmm.
There's the
The internet. The early internet was wild.
there's a fan website where young women will rate your wiener.
Yeah. Go to yubanwhakinov.com. Buy yourself a candle. Got some blue waffles. All right, let's. This is ranker.com. I feel like I trust ranker.com. And again, not wanker, ranker. Let's go with the top 15 because I kept scrolling down and I wanted a couple to be incorporated in. And I can tell you that I haven't seen some of these. So if you guys want to fire off some guesses, let's guess the top 15. This is the best cookie brands. Not specific, but the brands.
Is it like Oreo? Or is it like Nabisco? Is that what it's called? Or
So Oreo is how they have that. That is the clear number one.
Okay.
And it actually moved up on the best store-bought cookies list.
Is Chips Ahoy on there?
Chips Ahoy, number 2.
Let's go. Is a Fig Newton considered a cookie? I don't know if people are.
Not unless you're handing out.
It is on there. It is number 17. Number
Okay.
17 on the list.
The only
So-
Fig Newtons that were any good were the Apple ones.
Oh,
I
never
don't think
been.
I've ever tried those. That does
Those were
sound good.
delicious. Those were good.
What about like?
What about the rich people cookies that come in like the bag? You know what I'm talking about? The white
people-
bag that you have to fold over on top.
Oh,
Never been one of them. So,
Is it Pepperidge Farm?
Pepperidge
ooh,
Farm.
Pepperidge Farm. Number 6. Good
But
guess.
is there animal cookies like traditional, like the
I
frosted and unfrosted?
don't see that on there. Don't see that on there.
Blasphemous.
Nope.
Otis Spunkmeyer.
Oh, I like those cookies. Not in the top 15. They actually sell them at the local sub shop around here.
Those are good. And same thing
So
with
damn good.
Grandma's cookies. Also good.
Ooh.
Also one of my favorites.
That is number 13. Look at that. Lucky 13. We did say the Keebler cookies. They're on the list. They are number 5.
Oh.
So we did say that.
Nutter Butters. Is that a
Nutter
cookie?
It is a cookie, but it's not the brand. I don't know who does it. I'm gonna give you one here. I'm gonna say it's Nabisco. Nabisco. It sounds like a Nabisco thing. Probably wrong, but that's number 12. There. Think of a big chain store that might have their own brand.
Great Value.
Good guess. Not the one. This is one that I don't think I've ever been to one. Maybe in Canada one time to take a poop at. I'm assuming they're near you guys in more cities. Definitely not where I am.
Kroger?
Not Kroger. This does make its rounds on social media for a lot of things. I think YouTubers try to do like staying in one of these for 24 hours.
I know Publix is really popular, but that's like East Coast. So I don't know about.
Maybe I don't even know if maybe these are. Let's see here. Maybe they don't have one near you guys. I don't know. I'll give it to you. It's a Costco.
Oh, I
I
didn't
just
know those
assumed they were
24
near you.
hours.
What's
Well, I
that?
guess never mind. They tried to stay in at 24 hours. I thought they were open for 24 hours for some reason. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
They were number 15. Costco. I've never really been to one, but apparently they have really good cookies.
Yeah, the double chocolate chunk cookie. Stupid fucking shit, dude. Hey, has that stuff blessed your guys' For You page relentlessly as well?
No, I don't spend a
I
lot of
hope it
time on
does
there.
now.
So, yep, the phone heard me. It is
Yep.
there now. So thank you. Number 14, Mrs. Fields. Shout out to Mrs. Fields cookies.
I always thought Mrs. Fields cookies were overrated.
Yeah.
Same. Little dry.
Oh yeah.
Their chocolate was just so weird.
It did have an artificial kind of taste, right? But maybe we were so used to artificial chocolate that the real chocolate tastes weird. I knew I grew up eating instant mashed potatoes, and the first time I had real mashed potatoes, I was like, "The hell are these? These don't taste like mashed potatoes." And these are real potatoes. I'm like, "Wait, the ones that come where you just add water aren't real?"
I've with instant, man. I love it. I haven't had instant in a while, and everything because now, like, everyone's like, we're not eating that. And I'm like, I would get up, add a little
We still
cheese,
do.
little bacon bits in there too, loaded instantly, bam.
Mm-hmm.
Pecan shorties, bro. Those little Keebler ones too, underrated. I will up some shortbread cookies like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Oh, I want some of those now.
Speaking of them, that's kind of the same thing. Nilla, the Nilla brand with the yellow box.
No, those are wafer cookies.
Dude,
Those
those
are.
cookies
Are they
are
wafer?
so
I thought they had a couple different brands, but either way, I wasn't a fan of them. But they were number 9 on the list.
Do you know who gets vanilla wafers? Children who are younger than 2, whose parents don't want to buy them Oreos. Like,
$2 a box in this economy. I love it.
I was gonna say, and Yuban.
Well, even like the strawberry chocolate and the vanilla, like the wafer cream cookies or whatever, like the ones with little. Remember those? My grandma used to have those all the time, and I'm always like, and there was always, I don't know which brand was better, but you can always tell, right?
They were like a little soft, pre-soft.
Yeah, it's like mushy.
Nobody wants anything soft in their mouth. Nothing.
That's too easy. Can't.
Number 11 on the list, and then we'll keep moving on, is Little Debbie. I was trying to think what Little Debbie had for cookies. They were on there for the
Is it
top.
oatmeal cream pie? Is that a cookie?
Is it though, or is it a cream pie?
Oatmeal cookie before you got here.
Ayo. Yeah, I mean, according to the cookie bundle that you can buy on shoplittledebbie.com or whatever it is, Star Crunch, oatmeal cream pies, fudge rounds, and chocolate chip. So it's the 2 cookies with the cream in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's their cookie bundle. Guess because they're technically, I guess, cookies with a layer and then another cookie.
Star Crunch though, fire.
The ice cream version, not so good.
Oh, I haven't had that one.
I think we tried it when Little Debbie's ice cream finally hit, the wall farts near us, like 5 years later. So we got one of each. Didn't love that one. Didn't love it.
I'm gonna have to keep probably muting here. It's hailing. Really, I don't know if you guys
Oh,
can hear it. It's
no.
starting to come down. Yeah.
Yikes. This one, though, made me kind of remember things I thought I forgot. Remember the Royal Dansk cookies that came in the blue tin? That
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the sewing kit?
this yes, that's
That
what they
was
were used for, right?
that was my grandma's sewing kit. There
I
was never any cookies in that thing. It was deceiving as shit.
What an awful prank that yeah, but it was yeah, that's the only thing I remember. There was always buttons and batteries and sewing things. These right here.
That's right.
That's number 10 still to this day. I wouldn't have guessed that.
One of my
Honestly,
proudest videos of all time, Matt, you'll get a kick out of this, was you remember when I did about 3 years ago or so the let's cut it open and see what's inside stuff?
Yep.
Well, I had one of those and I was like, let's cut it open and see what's inside. It could be buttons, batteries, open it up and it's cookies. I'm like, cookies? What the It was stupid. It was silly. What people didn't expect. It was perfect.
Perfect.
can you
All right,
imagine
let's
just? I mean, it was very rare to actually open it up and actually see cookies in there. And there's some
mhm.
people that always bring it to like work functions, and I'm like, don't mind if I do. Those little shortbread ones too. Fire.
They're pretty good. All right, let's round this out. So they were number 10, Famous Amos cookies or Amos, however you would say it. Number 8. It's a good cookie.
Amos.
Nestle, number 7. Mary said Pepperidge Farm, then Keebler. Pillsbury, number 4. Number 3 are the Girl Scout cookies.
Wow. Whoever's listening to this is screaming in their car the entire time, like, you dumb, just screaming. I was like, how do you not
Nobody said Girl
understand?
Scout cookies.
How do you not say Girl Scout cookies? I mean, you can have your own top 10 and just the Girl Scout cookies itself,
Mm-hmm.
Well, do they have 10? I don't know. Um,
Probably by now. I mean, well, isn't it changed? It's not just Girl Scouts, isn't it? Didn't they have to change the name of it or something?
I
Pretty
don't
sure that
know.
was Boy Scouts.
Is it
Oh, it was Boy
well,
Scouts.
I think.
now the Boy Scouts or whatever it's called now? If you guys are listening, if the founder or whatever, marketing people, whatever, your guys' popcorn is trash. I'm sorry. It is the most disgusting popcorn I've ever put in my mouth ever. And the fact that you have the audacity to charge $22 for a small bag of popcorn, you should be ashamed of yourselves. There's a
Yeah,
reason why kids are getting nuts
yeah. The
in your
Boy Scouts.
organization.
Boy Scouts changed their name. Scouting America. That sounds even more pedophilia or whatever the right word is. Let's scout America's youth.
They call them PDF files now.
Mm.
That's what the youth term is now.
Last cookie, Chips Ahoy, number 2. Chips Ahoy.
Okay, so were you guys fans? You guys like Chips Ahoy?
They were
Mm,
purchased rarely in the house when I
Again,
grew up.
very cheap cookies, not the best.
Yeah.
But my question would be, is if you liked them, did you eat the normal Chips Ahoy, the extra chunky Chips Ahoy, or the chewy Chips Ahoy?
the Chewy is trash. If you bring Chewy in my house, that's what the missus likes. She's like, "Oh, I
Oh,
got I got cookies," and I'm like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't at all. Cookies are supposed to have a little bit of a snap,
yes.
crunch whenever you get it. I don't want it to be. It's like, oh, it's just so soft. That's why Pillsbury being like 4 on this list, absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. I would take Little Debbie over them any day.
Well, you
Uh,
got that iconic Pillsbury Doughboy in the tube. Then you just scoop them on there. You can cook them and let them cool to get to that. If you eat them fresh right out,
yeah, but the convenience of being able to just rip open a package and having them right there. The only work you have to do is getting a glass of milk. Okay,
Hmm.
maybe a pre-Pepto because you're gonna be glued to the toilet right after.
Do the kids run you Pepto before each meal?
No, so I get made fun of a lot too, just because they'll just see me popping like an anti-diet, like I get the great value anti-diarrhea pills. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm over there just whoop, and they're like, "What are you getting ready to eat?" And I'm like, "Steak." And they're like, "What the fuck?" If we're getting ready to go on a car trip, I'm like popping 2 of those bad boys, and they're like,
Ammonia.
"Yeah," and they're like, "Why are you popping Imodium before we go somewhere?" I'm like, "I don't know. What
Because
are
I
we
want
gonna
to
eat on
eat.
the way?"
I want to eat on the way. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was the same thing. Instead of my parents bringing me to get diagnosed as IBS as a kid, they were just like, "Oh, hey, we're taking a road trip. Here's 2 of your Imodiums."
I'm like, "This is my version of Pez. I'm just popping these.
And
I'm
they
gonna put them in
barely
a little
worked for me.
container."
I don't know if I built up an immunity to them or just maybe IBS can't be stopped with some Imodium. Because I'm telling you, it was more or less, I think, the placebo effect at that point. Because
Well, Mine is I would take like 2 beforehand, and then like on the way over there, I'm like, oh, it's not working. Better pop 2 more, and then it suppresses a little bit. And then when we get back from vacation, I'm like, it's been 3 days. Normally I shit 6 times before we even get on the podcast, and I'm sitting there going, last time I shit, like this isn't good, you know. And then I have the first solid one that I've had in like 6 months, and I'm like, what is this like? This is rough. I'm like, this, what the fuck? I'm like, I can feel it's scratching the inside of my butthole. What is this like?
I made a huge mistake. I A, didn't do my morning shit this morning, and B, ate a bunch of cereal before we went on. So all this
Oh,
IBS talk and my guts are just bubbling right now.
are you, as Yuban said in the Body Wrong podcast last week, do you happen to be sitting on a cigar right now? Because I don't know if anybody watched this, but there is a moment where Burley shits his pants in the middle of the episode, and there was pure panic. And I specifically cut the clip because we do the camera facing, and he, for whatever reason, his reaction was he shit, and he went, "Oh God." And then his hands went, and he's like he was flying. And then he takes the headphones off, sets them down, slides over, and awkwardly gets up. And these guys, him and Max, they just continue the conversation. Then he comes back and he's just like, "That's why we have bidets, fellas."
We're like to touch Scott, and he's like, it went back. Yeah, it's like it was like it just went it reverted right back into his butt. You caught it early, man. Like you were messaging on there. You're like, I think he just shit his pants. We're like, no, he didn't. No
I didn't know
way.
if he shit his pants or he had a stroke or one of his tisms like was triggered, so he was happy because his hands just started flapping. I'm like, what the hell is that? That's a weird thing.
You never know with him, like you said, like with his mental state and everything. Like he's like sometimes just like a seal when he sees something exciting. He's like, you know? And the thing is too is the fact that he has bombs or explosives usually go off around the area too.
True.
So it's not uncommon to see him like duck underneath of his desk for some reason.
Yeah, it is a weird thing. Shout out Texas. What did you have? You said you had a side tangent, Brandon, but you wanted us to get some cookie talk in.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Do you
My
remember?
mind is completely and solely focused on one thing right now.
Oh, fair enough. Well, if you want, I heard this, and this isn't going to help you, but I heard that Hardee's. Do you guys fans of Hardee's?
Yeah.
Do you have Hardee's near you? That
Don't
they were
get it very
bringing
often, but I missed it when I was a kid.
that they're bringing back something for the holidays. It's disappeared from the menu for 21 years, and apparently they've listened to the pleas, they read the wish lists, and they're bringing one of its most popular treats back, and it's the Hardee's cinnamon and raisin biscuits.
Oh, I do.
How come I remember those? Like it's been so long.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe they brought it back last year as well. And then, it was 21 years they brought it back, so they're doing it again this year. But yeah, apparently they're going to be back either again or, we want cinnamon. There was apparently a Facebook group that was actually called We Want Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits Permanently Back at Hardee's. Long name. I feel like they could have summed that up a little bit. But that was a big push about it. This is what they look like. Here I haven't had one, so I don't know if you guys have, but looks pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I remember those bad boys. Those are decent. They weren't the greatest because they could get dry out, but if they were fresh, they were real good.
Mm-hmm.
While we are on Hardee's and we're giving them praise, I got to give them a little bit of praise as well. They had, I think 2 years ago, it was Fruit Loop mini donuts. These things were so good. I'm not even a big Fruit Loop fan, but I would smash the fuck out of these. Now, something that is on their menu that's incredibly unhealthy, which is why I get it a lot, is the Monster Biscuit. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it. I haven't had one, obviously.
It has bacon, sausage, ham, egg, cheese. This thing is piled hot, and it is. Oh my god, it's so goddamn good. I'm not even an egg fan, so I just take it off. So I just go with all the meats on there.
So that looks delicious and delightful. There's this. I don't do usually shout outs to businesses locally because I just don't. But I believe in this business. It's called Delight Donut here in town.
Mm-hmm.
They just opened. Shout out Booley.
Shout out.
They
have the best donuts that I've ever had in any town I've ever lived in. And I've been to Seattle, I've been to Denver, I've been to Atlanta, Detroit, New York. I've been to some places. This is the best donut I've ever had. And then they have this breakfast sandwich that is literally the most awesome, beautiful. Somehow it stays crunchy but yet soft and chewy and flaky, the croissant, with sausage, egg, and cheese, and ham and bacon, and it's just the best. But I had them take their, did I tell you about this, guys? Their cronut, which is a croissant shaped into a square because it's a big ass croissant that they just cut into a square, and then they deep fry it like a donut, and then they glaze it like a glazed donut. I had them cut that bitch in half because it's a croissant and make the sandwich out of that. And I ate that thing and I about died, but it was so good.
Swing.
I'm about to glaze this keyboard.
I'll send you a picture next time, pre-glazed.
Oh,
You can send tributes.
Even the local people at Sonic, they kind of give me shit because I'll order a breakfast sandwich every time, and I go to the drive-thru. I'm like, "Hey, can I get that bacon, egg, and cheese like toaster sandwich? Remove the egg, and can you add sausage?" And they're like, "Dude, yeah." I'm like, "It's a breakfast bacon cheeseburger," and they're like, "That can't be healthy for you." And I'm like, "I'm not. Do you think I'm here because I'm health conscious? I'm at Sonic at breakfast for Christ's sakes. I'm loaded
I
up."
was gonna say how many help.
When you're eating so terribly that the 20-somethings at Sonic are worried about your health.
Well, and I think it's just because of like how frequently I'm just like, "Hey," and they're like, third time this week, "Yeah, you had a special for free Cinesticks. Can you throw those in there as well?"
Yep, the app. I went through them all, and this was the best one. Speaking of apps, speaking of places, speaking of maybe some cream filling. Do you guys see what McDonald's is bringing back? We all. First off, are you guys fans of their pies? I mean, who doesn't
Yeah.
love a good
Uh,
McDonald's?
Their strawberry cream cheese pie is delicious.
Cream's my
That's the
favorite.
one that they're starting to pop up at select restaurants nationwide. I didn't know that they were gone, but I mean, I'm not a one there, but yeah, this was
Oh, fuck. How much are they where you guys are at?
Well, let's look it up.
$12.99
What was it called again? It was
strawberry cream pie.
strawberry cream.
You act like you don't know. You just wanted one of us to say that again.
We're just
You
giving
son
him
of a
reason to
bitch.
hop into his car and drive to McDonald's this morning.
Hopefully, there's no
I'm
mouse
so
in it.
hungry. The kids were talking about like, we want to go to the grocery store. I'm like, I hope they left already, so I could text them like, hey, I need you to swing by Sonic and McDonald's and maybe even KFC if they're open because I want some mashed potatoes. I want everything. I'm hungry.
So for the pies, for me, I got apple and a pumpkin and cream pie.
Strawberry and cream pie, $1.99.
Jeez, I'm still loading up here because it says
Oh,
there's
and
not.
apple pie is $2.29. How is it cheaper? 30
See,
cents.
apple pie for me is $1.69. I can get two of them for $2.69.
What the
I can get
fuck?
an apple and pumpkin and cream pie for $2.89.
You guys
Two
are able to
pumpkin
look-
and cream pies for $3.29.
Nah, straight up $2.29 for some apple pie. That's bullshit.
That's some bullshit. Yeah, those are,
Oh,
and I don't
okay.
even have the strawberry cream ones. I only have pumpkin and apple.
So the apple pie for me is $1.99, and the strawberry and cream pie is $1.89.
Fuck you guys. Fuck both of you. Okay, so above that, if you guys are in the sweets part, I bet. Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
What? How much do your cookies cost, and then what is the tier?
Mine is 1, 3, and 13.
Okay, same.
Same.
99 cents, $2.19, $6.99.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
okay. So that's vastly different. That's your 13 is substantially higher, but your other ones are smaller.
So 89 cents for one, $2.19 for three, and $4.89 for 13.
So that's yours is super cheap. So mine's $1.19 for one, $2.39 for three, but $5 for 13.
This is,
Jeez.
I'm telling you guys, and this is not new. There's no conspiracy because this is just the way it happens. But since these apps have gone like big time, there is just so much that's going beyond. There's not like some guy that's like calculating. They've got algorithms and AI to know when to switch it, how to switch it. People in Northwest Missouri really love it this time of year, so we can extend it by 19 cents. Like, that kind of shit's happening.
Oh, they have a nasty algorithm for that shit for sure, and they know too. Like those, I have to turn off the push notifications because if not, Arby's gets me every time. They're like, "Hey, you want a double roast beef sandwich combo meal for $7.99?" I'm like, "Fuck, yes, I do. I'll see you in 20." Fuck, God damn it.
I can't wait till we can like change the way like you can like. Do you hear about this AI that shortens texts for you, and it'll tell you like there was this one like guy got a text from his girlfriend, broke up with him. It was like 3 pages, and it was like Girl broke up, wants belongings back. I can't wait for that type of thing to be said to where like you can change the way that it comes through to speak to you in a like a sultry, like demeaning manner. Like, hey, fat boy, you want this French dip? $3.
Fuck, French dip sounds good too. God, I'm hungry.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
This is the last thing that I had, at least, that I wanted to talk about, and it's food related. But I saw this. It was like an ad or something sponsored where Reese's and the Hershey people over there, Hersheyland.com or shop.hershey's.com, where they put out a Reese's deconstructed peanut butter cup kit. Did you guys see these or hear these? They were limited edition. They were going on sale like the day after Halloween or something like that, or the 2nd of November. Obviously, this is, what, the 7th, so they're probably sold out. Hopefully they aren't. But it was a deconstructed, so more or less you build your own giant Reese's cup.
No.
Get out of here.
Not fucking IKEA in this bullshit.
$30 though? Get the fuck out. I thought you were talking about little mini ones. Like, I would have spent $5.
Oh, I'll stuff your cup.
Gas stations are just absolutely obliterating my fucking butthole when it comes to buying shit. I'm like, you know what sounds good? Some Reese's Pieces and maybe a Gatorade. And they're like, all right, $7.50. I'm like, get the what? And I'm like, you're out of here. So that's why I'm like, well, now do I want to go to the gas station and just get the small 2 little items that I thought was going to cost me nothing? Or do I want to hit up the McDonald's app now and get a buy one, get one fucking burger?
Here's how the gas station gets you. They're like, 2 for 2 hot dogs, fat boy. 2 for 2 tornadoes.
And see, I'm a sucker for a good deal too. And I'm like, I'm always seeing the prices and stuff. So I'll just go in there. I'm like, all right, I just want a Sprite or I just want a Gatorade. Just want the one little drink. If you get 3, it's the same price as 2. Son of a bitch.
You got to do it. Well, I forgot to this Halloween. I forgot to buy stuff because I only get really, 2 maybe trick-or-treaters and it's family. So we get done soccer game. We go grab something to eat at the old Dairy Queen. I'm like, son of a bitch, I forgot to go. So I popped into a local gas station. What a mistake. It was like $3 for a chocolate bar. So I ended up spending like $30 on Halloween when I could have got a big bag of some shit. I'm like, but
yep. That's what you
get.
I hate running to the gas station beforehand just for snacks and drinks before the fucking game. And then you're like, we could have got 3 fucking pizzas for the price that we just spent in this goddamn place.
Yep. So we were at said game. And the youngest and the wife were like, maybe at halftime we'll go get a snack. I was like, all right, cool. So we go in there and it supports the local high school that was hosting, the Final Four or whatever. So wife wanted popcorn. So we get popcorn. Youngest wanted Cheetos and Reese's. So I'm like, all right. And it came with the giant, and it was a 5-pack. Like, all right. Get a bottle of water. And what else did we get? 4 suckers. So you had 4 of the Tootsie Pops, bottle of water, popcorn, Reese's, and a bag of Cheetos.
$613.
You've
$19.
$5.
Oh.
I was like, what? Like, yeah, $5. And I'm looking at, I didn't really look at the price. I was like, oh, okay then. Well, you guys are losing money.
Yeah, holy shit. That's not
$5.
Yeah, especially you said 5-pack, and I'm like, that would have been fucking.
They charged $2 for the candy. It was $1 for the water. I think it was like, what's that? It was like $1, maybe $2, and it was a full bag of popcorn, like you would buy, throw it in the microwave with a full brown bag. And I was like, and the Tootsie Pops were a quarter a piece because she was like $4. So I'm like, let's get 4 of the suckers. Let's make it easy math. I got a 20, and they're like, thank you. I'm like, $5. Like, holy shit!
That's insane.
I know you guys probably have one of these memories too, but I remember being 10 years old, and it was a Saturday or a Sunday, and we would always walk up to Mike's corner store, and we would take $3.10 or whatever fucking money and change we had, and we would go in there, and you can get a soda for a quarter, and you could get fucking candy bars for a quarter, or so we would come back with a whole day's worth of candy, basically, and goodies and snacks and fucking snack cakes for $3.12.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not about the price. I'm like, back in my day, it was just the idea that, holy shit, man, we were living like kings.
Yeah.
I tried to explain to my kids that same scenario because we were watching Sandlot, and they all had to like scrounge for 98 cents to get the baseball, And I was like, back in my day, I was like, the ice cream truck when it would come through town or whatever, if you had like 50 cents, you just, look for in couch cushions, whatever you could find. Or just like the cool thing was just the pop machine that was nearby. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go get me a cherry Coke. And I tried to explain this to my kid. The cherry Coke tastes different back in the 90s. I don't know if you remember the red and black spiderweb looking like can of cherry Coke. That was when it tasted its best. It was so fucking good. And they're like, you used to be able to get a can of like pop or soda for $0.25. I'm like, it wasn't great value. This isn't Mountain Lightning. This isn't Dr. Thunder, which is now fucking 75 cents a can. No, this was the prime shit.
You remember when 24 packs were like $6?
Yeah, $4.99.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then even then, you're like, wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's what. So now I have if you have a large household and they all drink different things, it is a fucking bitch. So now I'm like, we're getting water, tea, lemonade, shit that you can mix. I'm like, if you want soda, get it somewhere else. Yeah.
And this is my bottle that I've been just making tea in. This isn't,
it could be anywhere from $15 to $18 for a 24 pack of like Sprite, Dr. Pepper Mountain, any of that shit. That's insane.
Ugh. And back in the day too, you could go down with that money and buy the parents some smokes, maybe a 6-pack of beer. Keep whatever you got for change. You can keep it. Buy yourself some chips and candy. And can you imagine sending your kids down now to grab your beer, your smokes?
Lottery tickets. I was getting lottery tickets when I was like 9.
Yep. Granted, was that when you were still in Vegas?
No, so that was visiting back here even. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So now in Vegas, it was different too because you would be able to walk the casino floors because they had arcades in there, restaurants in there, all that good stuff. So it'd be nothing. I'd be sitting there next to my mom at a casino or at one of the slot machines just talking to her while she's cha-ching, cha-ching. Nowadays, you can't sit there. You can't have your kids on the floor.
Hey, take a hit of this cigarette for luck, kid.
Oh, my God. I'm surprised I didn't have secondhand smoke shit going on when I was like 4 or 5. Cocktail waitress walking by. All right, I love me a good cocktail waitress when they used to dress so slutty back in the day. Here I'm like 4 or 5 just walking. I'm like, oh, hi.
Hi.
Do you want to be another one of my moms or something? Like, you look really cute. Like, look at you. Hi. Look, you're nice.
Mom, are we going to the casino today? I want to see Sandy.
That's what. So she even had a friend named Sandy over there too. That was wild. Yeah. So, but she'd always be like, "Hey, you want to come to work?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then the people that worked at the restaurant would always be, they're always like, "Oh, hey, your boys are here. Here's some Cokes. Here's a sandwich, And then they would give us free tokens for the arcade. Fucking wild. Great time. Who needed a babysitter when you had 30 casino employees taking care of you?
Yeah, we better wrap this up. Brandon's doing the dance. He's got to.
It's like I was trying to sit back and like, nope, can't do that.
We can't have 2 people poop their pants on the show. So,
touching cotton.
Yeah. Hopefully you're wearing some Shinesty underwear. If not, then you guys can go buy a new pair. If you happen to do that, they got a sweet subscription thing. $5 for the ball hammocks makes the bulge look better, and they got some cool ones. I'm wearing ones now. I'm not going to show you. Maybe backstage. They look exactly like you're wearing Daisy Duke shorts. They are pretty sweet. And they're Shinesty underwear. And I heard if you use code BEARD15, you're going to save yourself a bunch of money. And they got this cool hat like I'm rocking right now. Go check out our friends at Fix Vodka, Vermont Flannel, Copper John's, Yellow Hammock, the Vista Fucking Nuts, and all of them. Links in the description. Yuban, Brandon, thank you enough. As always, anybody that's listening, we're going to get them out of here so Brandon can poop, Yuban can eat, we can enjoy our day. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Buckle up tight. It's gonna be a wild ride. We're diving deep into your fridge where secrets hide. Mysteries of leftovers, the wonders inside. From moldy sandwiches to ancient yogurt jars, we cover the truth.